made out with 3 of them, and I got 1 over the pants hand job. Wait, was that an over the pants hand job, or was that lady in the diapers trying to steal my wallet? Yeah, I gotta go back to Austin. I fucking lost my wallet. What else we got? I went on a date with this girl recently, and it was going pretty good. And she's like, I'm gonna cover the bill. And you know, first date, you know, it's like, let me cover half for you. So I Venmo her $50, and usually when I do my Venmo transactions, I'll label it something cute, like a strawberry or a piece of pizza. But I was like, I'm gonna mess with this girl because I think I'm funny. And so I send her $50 and I label it butt stuff. I don't know if you knew this, but all your friends and family can see your Venmo transactions. Not only can they see them, they can comment on said transactions. So my buddy Sean, he sees Venmo, $50, butt stuff, and he just comments, nice. You know who else saw it was her dad. He also commented nice, but he's a Catholic priest, so I think he was okay with the butt stuff. Alright, we're cooking. Yeah, let's go. I went on another date with this girl, or we were dating at the time, and I was like, pull over, I'm gonna get a snack real quick. Anybody got any like guilty pleasure gas station foods? Like Bosco sticks or taco tornadoes? So my guilty pleasure gas station food is hard-boiled eggs. No, the good stuff that comes with salt and pepper. So yeah, I pull over, I come back to hard-boiled egg, and she goes, if you eat that, we are gonna break up. I'm like, babe, if you would have made me a sandwich, I wouldn't need an egg. No, I didn't say that to her. I was actually really embarrassed about the whole situation. So I hit her with the pickup line that made us fall in love in the first place. You guys want to hear the pickup line? Yeah. It was a line of cocaine. So yeah, I lined her up, and she's doing the coke, and I'm off to the side, like sneaking bites of the egg. Salt and pepper included. So we're getting towards the end of football season, so you guys know what that means? Fucking NASCAR season's coming up. We got any NASCAR fans? Not a one. You want to know why? Because NASCAR is the gayest sport around. Well, you think about it, like they love getting throttled. They're really good at handling sticks. They're constantly changing their tranny fluid. What was the last one I had? They hate getting rear-ended. So yeah, go NASCAR, good stuff. I'm glad the election's over. Like, I'm really hoping inflation goes down. Like, the cost of milk is gone way up. Like, where do these cows get off raising the price of milk? Another thing, like, don't even get me started on the cost of eggs. Like, for that price, I could be fucking my own chickens. No, I'm kidding, I've never fucked a chicken, but I have choked a couple. That's a masturbation joke. Another thing about election season is I'm glad like all the political signs are going away. My son lives down in New Buffalo, and I saw one that said Karen gear. I was like, man, that's like a really niche market for like trying to sell stuff. Like, what is it, like 911 on speed dial? Or a wig with bangs? Or like a crew neck sweater that says, let me talk to the manager? No, Karen was a real person. Karen Gear, and she ran for city treasurer, and she got my vote. Alright, good stuff. That was awesome. I was hanging out with a buddy the other day, and he was telling me how he thinks he needs to stop drinking. He's like, man, I drink like 8 beers a night. I've been using it as a depressant. I get all really sad. And I'm like, fuck, I drink 8 beers a night, but I've been mostly using it as nutrients at this point. I don't know if you can tell by looking at me. I got a body built by IPAs and Taco Bell. I got all shoulders and neck like ex-NFL linebacker John Lynch. I like to say I'm getting swole, but not like swole jacked, but swollen like a beached whale. Alright, that's all I got for you guys. My name's Chris. Thank you.
I'm an attorney, and I'm the senior attorney in my practice, and I supervise 5 younger attorneys, and I mentor them, and I thought we had great communication. I thought they respected me, and we had a good relationship, and it turns out, not so. They complained about me last week. I found out, of all things, we have private bathrooms, and they complained that I was taking a shit in the employee bathrooms, which I didn't think was a big deal. But according to Human Resources, my open door policies crossed the line. So now, these Gen Zers, man, they're triggered by anything. It's unbelievable. Now, I have to close the door, wait for somebody to knock, shuffle to the door with my pants around my ankles, let them in, and help them with whatever they need. And it's just, it's an inconvenience. It's just an unnecessary barrier. I do need to get another job. My office, I have a problem with my office, it's embarrassing. I work in a suite of 12 offices, and for some reason, my office is the only one that constantly smells like farts. And I don't understand why, because I'm the only one in there all day. And I try to explain to our maintenance guys what the problem is, but they just walk away shaking their head, like they can't figure it out either. So, and my car has the same problem, and I just don't understand. I have to figure out what my car has coming to my office that makes it smell like farts, and I'll be able to figure this out and stop to it. But, anyway, that's my fart joke. I always joke when I tell people what I do. I say I do fart jokes. Now I actually have a fart joke. And I've heard hundreds of fart jokes over the years, and I've told many of them myself. And it's interesting what I learned is that the only fart jokes I can tolerate are my own. Strange. Anybody else tells a fart joke? I don't want to hear it. I have to leave the room. But I can tell fart jokes all day long. It doesn't bother me. In fact, I'm not embarrassed to say I kind of enjoy my own fart jokes. It's just me. So, yeah, Jesus was a carpenter. And you know what really pisses me off? You would think, as the Messiah, he would be able to make enough money that he wouldn't have to have a side job. Am I wrong? Even then, those bastards couldn't pay a living wage. And, you know, the guys that heal, he's Messiahs, they lay hands on people, they heal, they're laborers, right? I just figured he was a union guy. Right? But not so. I figured, you know, he's getting good pay, you know, Christmas and Easter off. And, you know, I just assumed he was a teamster. Apparently not. Where else was I going with that? Oh, the other thing, now being a lawyer, as a lawyer, I know what it's like when people find out what you do and they all want free advice. I can't imagine what it was like for Jesus. There's a Messiah. Hey, Jay, you know, thanks for the bookshelf. It's beautiful. But hey, before you leave, can you do me a favor real quick? Oh, my hemorrhoids are killing me. Just do me a quick favor. Take you 2 seconds, man. And Jesus, you know, there's an icon of peace and you know, it's got to look at these guys and say, you know, I do this shit for a living, right? You know, I mean, yeah, you gave me a couple of picks for the bookshelf. Even that was a low ball. But, you know, now you want to squeeze me for free healing? No. You know, yeah. And by the way, thanks for the pigs. I'm Jewish, and you know that. I've lived next to you for 30 years. Every Hanukkah, I got a giant menorah on my front lawn. Don't act like you didn't know. I can't imagine. Anyway, moving right along. That's my Jesus and Jewish stuff. I've been studying Greek philosophy lately, and the Greek mathematicians fascinate me because it just fascinates me how they learn to make sense of the physical world in mathematical formula. And I came across one Greek philosopher who's my favorite. He created the most famous mathematical theory ever. And everybody knows it, but nobody knows who the guy is. All they know is that he was a 16-year-old student of Euclid. And in the middle of a lesson one day, he stands up and he recites this theory. This is bullshit. Why do we need to learn this? I'm never going to use this again the rest of my life. And he's been quoted by every single high school student in history since then. And yeah, just fascinating. He's disproved the entire field of Greek mathematics, just like that. I have no idea how much time I have left, but I got arrested recently. This is embarrassing. Okay, I was at the self-checkout at the supermarket, and if you're not aware, that people run a scam where they pretend to scan an expensive item, but they actually have a fake barcode in their hand, and they scan the fake barcode that brings up much less than the item they're trying to take. So I scanned something I knew I shouldn't have scanned, and I immediately deleted it from the transaction, but store surveillance saw me, and they called the police. And I learned something important in the process of getting arrested and going to jail. And I'm not going to tell you what I scanned because it's embarrassing. What I learned is the retail value of my asshole was $5.49. My sphincter looks exactly like the barcode for strawberry Pop-Tarts. All right, I'm going to close with this one. This is not quite embarrassing, but it's not the visual you want. I attended an orgy recently, and I'm a few decades past my prime orgy physique, but a young lady asked me to go to what you call the marathon orgy. Right? Apparently, it's like these underground sex clubs have these orgies with scores or even hundreds of people, and it goes on for days. And I really didn't want to go, but she said, you don't have to be self-conscious. There's people of all shapes and sizes there, and if you don't want to participate, they have a lobby where they have a television, they have drinks, you can just hang out there. So I went, and when I got there, I decided to participate in this marathon orgy. And I'm glad I did, because I finished first in my age group. How cool is that? I set a record for quickest finish. Who'd have thought, in my physical condition, I'd be finishing first in a marathon, but I beat the Kenyans. All right, that's all for me.
Yeah, no, my lesson goal is it's hard to remember. If you guys want, just remember me by something easier. You can just call me Marty McHad a baby with the fly. I have one birthmark on my body, and it's on my shaft. Yeah. It is the worst place on your body to have a birthmark. Like, I could have the same one anywhere else, even like on my face, and people would just be like, oh, that's kind of cute. The only reaction I get now is, is that contagious? Yeah. A lot of guys are insecure about their dick when it comes to like size and stuff. I had a friend ask me if I wish I was bigger, and I was like, sure, man, I wouldn't mind an extra inch or two. And then he was like, no, I'm talking like 13 inches. I said no when he was surprised. I was like, dude, look at me. Where would I put that? Seriously, 13 inches, I'm not even sure if my thigh is that long. Does anyone here get horny when they're hungry? It's just me. I'm not making this up. I'm trying to figure out why. I think I did. I think it's just because like I'm so skinny that like when I get hungry, my body just goes into like survival mode. It's like, we're starving. Release the seed. I know. It makes dating tough for sure. It's like you can't go out on a date to like get dinner. I already have to like eat beforehand and stuff. Like, I can't go too amped up, you know. I know when it comes to like dating and stuff, a lot of people like to listen to advice from like people older than them and stuff. I learned I need to stop doing that. Because the number one piece of advice most older people would give me is you should settle. And I think it's the worst advice, for dating at least, that older people could give younger people. Because if you just look at the stats, they've set the higher divorce rate every single decade, over and over. So they're like, you should settle. Well, the stats say don't. Also, it kind of makes no sense. It's like, we always get yelled at, like our generation as young people, like, oh, you guys don't work hard enough. You guys don't try hard enough at school. You guys don't have any ambition. And then when it comes to like the most important thing in your life, the person you're going to be with forever, hopefully, like, 4 out of 10, that's fine. You don't need to try. Do they have all their teeth? We have insurance. It's okay. It's just kind of weird. I don't know. Maybe they're just called like boomers, baby boomers, because their marriages keep blowing up. That's what I like to know. Maybe. I don't know. I just think it's weird also because like people kind of usually assume, like, you know, if someone's like not good looking, they're maybe like a better person on the inside. And like, I went to a college prep high school, a lot of smart kids, not known for like being the best looking. A lot of ugly assholes too. Yeah. I also learned myself, like when I tried dating down, because I did this, that the one thing worse than hot and crazy is just crazy. And just imagine, like, I'm sure all of us have had a crazy ex, guy or girl, whoever. And I just imagine them doing it with the craziest thing they did to you, and then like put a bunch of acne on their face. That's not what any of us want. I don't know. I also noticed too with like dating and stuff, it's pretty difficult because like everyone has like different rules and stuff. Everyone like likes to play their own game. I hate this thing. I'm like, hey, can we just go like do a normal thing here? Like people have like certain rules, like, oh, if you text too much, you gotta like wait, like how long you gotta text. And it's tough because it's like with each person having different things, you finally figure out one thing that works, and you try it again, and then it doesn't. Like one girl, I'll do one thing, and then I'll get laid, and another girl, I'll do the same thing, like text her a lot, and then she'll want me arrested. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Your sister liked me for doing the same thing.
Anybody here grew up in a big family? Like 8 kids? 8 kids in our family? Yeah. Right, big deal at Christmas, right? Because it's the only time you got anything fucking new, right? Yeah. Would you have, when you were a kid, put up with Elf on the Shelf for a fucking minute? No. My mom would have brought an elf, put him on the shelf and said, oh, he's an elf. We're going to do all sorts of fun stuff with him, but he's watching you for Santa. That would have lasted like 10 fucking minutes because my sister would have come to me and my brothers and go, hey, did you see the elf? Yeah, he's a narc. Okay. Let us fucking take care of it, okay? Then I'd send my younger brother up on the shelf like he's a fucking Sherpa on Mount Everest, grab the elf by the neck, throw him down to me and my other brother, roll him up in a carpet, beat the shit out of him with a wrench, stick a canary in his mouth and throw him out behind the garage right next to the Ken doll with the burned off legs. Yeah, we'd do a hit on that fucker for being a goddamn snitch. That's what we would have done. And I know you're thinking, why is there a Ken doll with burned off legs? Tried to date Barbie when she was going out with a flamethrower Ken or G.I. Joe. So that's a funny answer. The actual answer is my other brother was a pyromaniac and set fire to the house. But that's kind of tragic. I also love it because Christmas really is 2 separate holidays. The whole Jesus, the birth of Jesus, it's very solemn. Then on the other side, there's Frosty the Snowman and Santa Claus, all this fun stuff. I always love it when I'm driving around town and people mix the 2 holidays up in their lawn decorations. Like the other day I was driving through town and this guy's got a manger scene up, but the 3rd wise man is Frosty the fucking Snowman. There's 2 wise men named Frosty. And I'm like, I don't know if you went to Catholic school like I did, but I know that whole story. Those wise men came across the desert. There's no way that fucking frozen asshole's gonna make it through with his little gift. Then I paid closer attention and I realized E.T. was Jesus. But that makes sense because if you think about it, Steven Spielberg stole Jesus' story for E.T. Stranger comes from above, comes down to earth, tells us all we need to do is love each other, then the government gets involved. Doesn't end well for either of them. Although E.T. did, well, I guess Jesus ascended back into heaven, right? On his bicycle, right? No? Oh, it was sad. Burger King near my house closed recently. Yeah. a bunch of Burger Kings throughout town closed, and what was sad wasn't so much that Burger King closed, it was that people have been going through that drive-thru for the past fucking month, thinking it's still open. And my friend lives right across the street, and I love watching people get in an argument with a fucking machine that's not talking back to them. The two guys got in a fight, because one was behind the other, and was taking too long. They get out, they start fighting. I'm like, dude, hey, it's closed, man. There's no fast food in the world that's that fucking good. None. And I really feel bad for the schools in my neighborhood, because they got fat eaten out of the dumpster there in the Burger King. Now they gotta go back to nuts and seeds and shit. They're just depressed, it's really sad. One of them got a donut, I don't know where he found it. He's in my driveway, I pull up the other day, he tries to run away from me with his donut, because he thinks I'm gonna take his fucking rotten ass donut. And he got winded halfway down the driveway. Because he's so fat, he's like, like, hey, I'm not chasing you, dude, just chill out. Dropped his donut, another squirrel came by and snatched it. Like, see, that's what you get for being greedy, you dumb fuck. Anybody else have wild animals that live in their yard? Like, yeah, raccoons, possums, deer. I don't get deer. I'm too much in the city. But it was weird. One morning, I used to get up at work at like 4:30 in the morning. It was weird. I came outside and two raccoons were making other raccoons. That wasn't the weird part. 3 other raccoons were watching them. And then I made a noise, and motion sensor light came on, and they looked at me like I was the fucking problem. I'm like, hey, I'm just gonna sneak to my car, and then you guys can get back to whatever the fuck that was, because I have no idea. I didn't know mammals put on sex shows for other mammals. I just never knew that until now. Now, one time, I was driving down Nap, and there's a fucking deer in the bike lane like he fucking belongs there, right? And I fully expected him to come up to my car at the stoplight and go, do you know how to get to Diamond? And I just go up there, take a left at the 3rd pothole. You're good. They fixed all the potholes on my street, which is rough on me because that's how I gave directions to my house. So now I don't know how to do it. It used to be, yeah, just take a left there on Plainfield, come to the 3rd big pothole. Not the small one, the big one, then take a left. That's my driveway. Okay, gotcha. All right, that's my time tonight. I'm JoJo Gerard. I want to thank you all for coming out tonight and supporting free comedy.
Trying to do the dating thing. I'm trying to do it right this time. I don't want to get caught cheating again, because that's embarrassing, right? None of you guys want to tell on yourselves, so all get clammy when I bring up the real shit, cheating. Nobody's ever cheated before. Nobody's ever had to hide in their basement on Christmas Day and text a side bitch like you're... Not saying I've done it, but I got brothers. So, who do you think cheats more, men or women? Who cheats more, men or women? Damn right, women. Actually, I think it's an even amount, if we're being honest. I think it's an even amount, men and women cheating. I just think women are way fucking better at it than we are. Because women are selective. Women are like, you know what? They're logical. They're like, if I get caught with this motherfucker, I'm gonna end up with this motherfucker. So they make it worth their time, you know. So guys, if you're worried that your woman's cheating and the other guy is better than you in some way, I'm gonna help you out. Yes. Yes. And it's not even the way that men instantly think. We always think it's like a sexual thing. We ask dumbass questions like, was he bigger than me? We don't want to fucking know that shit. But we ask that shit because we're visual, you know? But like women are selective. Men, we're hunters of opportunity. We are. We just fuck whatever's around. You know? Men fuck around, but women fuck up. They do it right. You cheating on your girl with the cashier at Speedway and shit? Like what? The girl's just stopping in there to get a slushie. This snackatooth bitch laughing at her from behind the cashier. Put your code in. And then your girl gets that spider sense tingle like, wait a fucking minute. She takes a whiff. Okay, I'll be back. She comes home to you. You're like, hey babe, how you doing? She's like, don't even start. Your stomach drops. You fucking know what's happening. She's like, oh, so now you like the tornado thing? She's like, you like tornadoes and Franks, huh? You's a dirty motherfucker. I can't stand you. Just fuck around, man. Fucking the welding chick at work and shit. What's fucking the welding bitch for? She got a strong grip. Sometimes I like to be the little spoon. Cheating's fucking hard. No, it is, man. It's easy to just be faithful. Just be with one woman. You know what I mean? You can barely please the chick that you're with. And now you want to niggas want to go out there and spread shitty dick around? Like, that's embarrassing. That's not even a joke. That's just trying to do the dating thing. I like dating, but I am afraid to go into a relationship because, like, I feel like most men, I'm bad at breakups. Like, I'm not a good breakup person. You know, dudes are bad at breakups because there's certain stages to the breakup that you have to go through. And men and women, we go through these stages. The problem is we go in them in reverse. Like when women, first thing that happens with a breakup, they go internal. Oh, what could I have done better in the relationship to make this have worked? What could I have done? Men, we're like fucking dogs when you let a dog off the leash and they just take off running with no fucking plan, then they get out there and they're just like, I'm fucking free. I don't know what to. I've never been here before. This is crazy. Then you start doing all the shit you were accused of doing when you were in a relationship. You're like, you know what? I'm gonna go back to that speedway. The tornadoes. Like, just men are fucking dumb. Just women are smart. Their friends come around them. They get inspirational. They start putting quotes up shit like a broken clock is right twice a day. Like, they're doing the work. We're posting dumb shit like, the wolves on the prowl, hide your bitches. And I know that's something that I said 3 years ago because Facebook continues to remind me. And I'm like, I'm evolved, Facebook, I'm evolved. We're out there just doing our thing, taking home whatever we can get at the end of the night. And then it always happens, you're laying there with whatever conquest you had that night, and you're just feeling hollow, you're feeling sick, you know, because she's feeling good at this point. Now she's out partying, now she's in her party phase. She's doing her thing, but she feels good about it because she's put the work in. And we're laying there in bed and we look over and you're like, fucking speedway. It's not even worth the points at this point. You fucking start scrolling on your phone and you see her and you're like, oh shit. You know, because she's been hitting the gym. She's been doing those fuck you workouts and her fucking stomach's flat and the butt's just, and the titties like, and everything's just popping and you're like, oh shit, I need to, but then you see like a fire emoji from somebody named Kyle and you're like, who the fuck is Kyle? Like, the fuck is Kyle? Then you click on it and you're like, fucking Kyle, what the fuck? You're like, he's a fucking actor. Oh, you're fucking some fucking actor. What has he done? And you scroll through it, and the only thing he's done, he was on some fucking show on Netflix called Rebels that ran for 2 seasons.